Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are. And welcome to another Tuesday Ask Me Anything about relationship, about life abroad, about productivity, accountability. So before I jump in, I'm Zuzana Mukumai. I am the relationship, life, and accountability coach, especially for women who are brilliant, talented, but they feel stuck and they are going in circles. And especially if you have a partner from a different culture or you live abroad. Hello, hello. Great you are coming in. Super exciting. So if you have any questions, just drop it in the chat. And I will start with the questions I received from last time. And it was the question about the 3 surprising things about life in Zambia. So I was thinking about it, and it's funny how I'm sure if you have been living abroad, you probably experienced the same thing, like how the perceptions change from the beginning when you are new in the country up to the point where you live in the country and it became your home. So the first maybe surprising thing I wanted to mention is friends. I have always, when whoever asked me what I love about Zambia is that it's so easy to find friends, to talk to anybody. You can talk to a taxi driver, you can talk to a person in the bank, you can talk to a lady selling in a vegetable market, you can really talk to anybody, and it's so easy to talk to people, have conversation. And in the beginning, my first 1 year and a half, when I lived in Zambia, I lived in a refugee settlement where I was working. It was easy to find friends. I had lots of friends, and that's why I fell in love with Zambia, because it was so easy to find friends. Now, when I'm married and I have a child and I live here, it's actually much more difficult to create friendships, because at our age, everybody has their own life, and it can be really, really tough to create new real friendships with people who live in the same place as you live, especially if you are not in the expat community, which I am not. So that is one like surprising kind of thing, paradox, that it's so easy to talk to people here in Zambia. It's easy to have friends, but then when you live here, you have family, it can be really tough at the same time. Now, the second thing I wanted to mention, which might be surprising about life in Zambia, is that I really, really miss nature. And Zambia is known for one of the best national parks in Africa. And people, when they hear about Zambia, they think of the Victoria Falls or the national parks, the big five, the animals, the safaris. But the nature, the way we know it in Europe, the concept is entirely different. So I really miss that. Like in Czech Republic, where I come from, somebody of you was asking, so here's my answer. I'm from the Czech Republic. The nature is kind of close. You can just hop on a bus or on a car, and you will be in nature very fast, even if you live in the big town. And you can spend whole day hiking. The tourism infrastructure is there. You can just follow the colors, and you can spend whole day like hiking in the nature. But here in Zambia, it's actually pretty hard. Going to national parks, it's amazing, but also it's very expensive, so you can't do it every weekend. And Zambia is a huge country, so traveling to a national park can take you like 1 or 2 days trip one way. So it's not something like you will finish your work on Monday afternoon and you said, oh, I would really love to go for a stroll. You can't do that. And then the pavements are not here, and the nature, if it's around the cities, it's not like ready for people to walk. So either there are no routes, or you have like no map. Well, you can follow the Google map, but it's not that accurate sometimes. There are dogs running. Often it's like very hot, so it's not that pleasurable. So that's another paradox I kind of experience here. It's that it feels like in a country which is famous for nature, like the one thing I really miss most is the nature. Like just to go and sit in a park or go for a stroll along the river, go to the forest for 1 hour, that's basically impossible here. And the third thing I wanted to mention is I have a friend, she's staying over with us for a couple of weeks. It's her first time in Africa, and she was telling me, my friends are asking me to send them photos from Africa. And then she said, so I sent them, and their response was like, send the real photos of Africa. Like, we are not happy with these pictures you are sending. So my point is that the way we live in the second largest city in Zambia. It's not like we live in the bush. We don't have animals walking around here, but we have shopping malls, we have golf courses, we have cafes when you can go for a cappuccino and a cheesecake. And this is that's when I started my blog, I think 2 years ago. This was one of the reasons why I wanted to start talking about experience in Africa, because there are all these perception how Africa looks like, but that's just one part of Africa. I don't say it doesn't exist. The national parks, the villages, the poor people, like it exists, but it's not the only face of Africa. The second phase of Africa is the life in the towns, the people who are better off. It's the cafes, the malls, the golf courses. I was earlier chatting with another business buddy and friend, and I was saying maybe during December I can finally start learning golf, because there is not so many things to do here, and golf it's a new activity, and it's also somehow in the nature. And she was like, what, you are playing golf there, in like you have golf courses in Zambia? I was like, yes, of course. And she was surprised. So that's what I wanted to share. Like the third surprising things is that Africa is not all the bush. It's the shopping malls, it's the golf clubs, swimming pools, cafes, restaurants, just very similar to Europe. Um, so this is it. These are the three surprising things about life in Zambia. I hope I didn't disappoint you. And I will be again live here with you in 2 weeks, 11 CET. And I'm ready for your question. I see those of you who were actually asking the questions, I was just answering join. So I'm sorry, I just answer you. I hope you can manage to watch the replay, and it's nice seeing you live. Hi. And yes, I will be here again in 2 weeks. So come and ask anything about life, accountability, relationships. And just a quick mention, Black Friday is coming. So if you are interested to be more relaxed during Christmas, not to be driven crazy by your relatives or by the stress of Christmas, you can join me for this amazing 6-week program. And I'm running amazing Black Friday deal with 70% off. So you can just DM me or ask in the comments, and I will be happy to see you there, because we are starting this Saturday, and it's your choice to have stressful Christmas, because there will be always stressful, but you can kind of make it more relaxed. So have a wonderful Tuesday, and I will see you in 2 weeks.